My name is Murugi Wanjama. I am a Christian, I am a wife, I am a mother of two awesome boys, and I'm also the head of digital strategy at Oxfam International. My current job is about co-creation, organizing and delivery of digital strategies for the entire confederation of Oxfam. We're in the countries where we're present. So we're currently present in 21 different affiliates. And so what we do is just to drive systemic change on digital and also respond to humanitarian work, drive gender work, and also inequality work. And so basically just putting together the digital strategy that brings all this work to life. I actually studied computer science at Tedesta University way back when, and the computer science had a minor in web and the internet. Although those days we actually didn't know what the internet was going to sort of have. And so what happened is that I actually launched my career as a web developer, and then one of the questions that we would constantly get is, we've developed the sites, now how do we get people to know about this? So basically, how do we drive traffic to the sites? And that is actually how I launched my digital marketing career. I remember then I was consulting for a firm that was handling KRA as a client. And then at the time we had just launched iTax. And one of the questions they asked is, now how do we get Kenyans to know about iTax? And that's actually how I got into digital marketing. So what we did is we ran a search campaign. It was my very first Google search campaign. And it was self-taught, so you go on YouTube and then you find out how that is done, then you comment, you do a few clicks, and then suddenly the ad is live. And so it was very exciting work. And then from there, now that's how the trajectory started. So the turning point in my career was what I've just talked about in terms of getting that question asked, because I actually thought that I was going to be in web development for the rest of my digital career. And so when that question was asked, I was like, this is exciting, this is new, this is unheard of so far. And there are a lot of entrants back in the day. That is 2011. And so I would say that question is the one that changed the course of my career. And then from there, I worked at the agency. I was very privileged to work at the agency. So I worked at Scan Group for close to 2 years, handling consumer packaged goods. That's Unilever and Kimberly-Clark. We did amazing work there. And that's when Safaricom came calling. In 2017, I transitioned into Safaricom, where I handled digital work. Again, doing really amazing work. And I think the two things that stand out from that time is the Eliud 159 campaign, where we were just rallying Kenyans to get behind Eliud and support him as he was breaking the world record. And then the second campaign that stands out for me is the M-Pesa app campaign, where we're getting Kenyans to download the M-Pesa app, and we got tremendous results and lots of awards in both campaigns. And then now finally transitioned into Oxfam, where I am heading the digital strategy team, and we're doing amazing humanitarian work there. The very first thing is to remain curious, because in the digital ecosystem, things change almost every day. So whatever was true, say, same time last year, is totally different today. And so one of the things we have to do is we have to remain curious and also remain very adaptable. So one of the things we keep talking about is adaptability quotient. Like how quickly can you be able to adapt to the change that is happening on digital every single day. So I think those are some of the lessons that I've picked out. And the other thing is to just push the boundaries on innovation. So those boundaries, you have to keep asking, how do we do better? How do we improve the work that we're doing? How do we incorporate, say, augmented reality in the work that we're delivering? How now there's a big conversation on ChatGPT and the whole AI world, so how do we join that conversation? So I think the biggest lessons I've learned is remain curious. Your adaptability quotient has to remain high, and then push the boundaries in terms of innovation. there's no like formal training when it came to digital marketing. So actually a lot of us are self-taught. So I think that was probably the biggest challenge then. Any digital marketer getting into the space now, there's so many courses available online today, actually also in person. So there's even undergraduate classes for that. There's master's classes for the same, you know, so there was that thing where we had to like really learn, and that's why I keep talking about like adaptability quotient, you know, so we had to really learn, and then something new comes up and you have to quickly learn it and you have to quickly turn it around. So I would say that would probably be the biggest challenge. The field, actually maybe the tech field is also really male dominated, and so you have to keep pushing like for more women to join the space and to participate in the conversation. And I'm really excited about the women who are breaking glass ceilings in the digital and technology space. And so I would say those are the two main challenges that I would talk about. So the first one is I am a Christian, as I introduced myself, and so God has always been like front and center of my career 100%. You know, some of the things that happen are just like God ordained steps, you know, so even when I'm interviewing, I pray, like I really pray. And you know, the interviews, you know, they go through and then I get the job. And then God also helps me to be able to maintain the job and deliver the work that needs to be delivered. The second thing is remaining curious and just pushing those boundaries. So in terms of remaining curious, it's like, what is happening? How can I be able to be among the first people to be able to deliver that? You know, so like now we've talked about ChatGPT, like how can we be among the first to deliver that from a digital marketing perspective and make the AI work for you, you know? So I'm always like innovating, staying at the forefront of like what is happening in terms of global trends, and just being able to have the right conversations with the right people, because we also have a lot of people who are in that space who are so knowledgeable. And then also being able to attend conferences and seminars, and you know, especially the global ones where you actually learn like what's happening globally, and then I'm able to implement that locally. Number one, be brave. Oh my gosh. And I think that's the one thing like I would tell my younger self, because I think sometimes we also overthink. Like we just overthink things. So I would say be brave. And then number two, remain curious. That component, and I think is one of the things that I keep pushing even with my children, is we have to remain curious and we have to always ask what's happening, like how can I do that, how can I be the first person to deliver something. So I think to the younger people I would tell them, be very brave and then push the boundaries of innovation, be the person that delivers good work, be the person that delivers excellence, and be the person that brings in innovation. So the first thing is that I stand on the shoulders of giants who have gone ahead of me, and so what they've done is to pave the way for us to be able to walk like a slightly easier path. And so because of that, I also give back by mentoring. So I'm very privileged to belong to a group called Resource Global International, and at RG what we do is that we mentor young professionals who are entering a field. And so I've been working with young ladies who are up and coming digital marketers, which is so much fun. Like they learn from me, but I also learn so much from them. So that's very exciting. And I also do a lot of like pro bono digital strategies, especially for like charitable organizations and organizations that are just coming up, you know. So I think that's how I give back.